Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I decided I couldn't really sleep last night. Kind of went to bed around 2, woke up at 4:30, tossing and turning. I made some breakfast, some corned beef hash at like 5 a.m. and I forgot, this is weird. Maybe that'll tell you where my mindset was, but I didn't make any coffee. It's like probably 10 o'clock now, and I haven't had any coffee today. I didn't even think about it. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Maybe that's why I was yawning a little bit coming up here. Or it could have been that I was up all night. But I decided to jump in the truck and just take a drive. Take a drive today. Been overthinking things a little bit lately as far as like things I want to do, and then also like videos I want to make. And so I haven't been going out much. But what I didn't explain in the last video is this time of year is the time, I mean, it's beautiful. I don't know if you can see in the background, the fall colors. The trees are changing. There's a lot of pine, but I haven't got deep into the pines yet here. There's still some other trees that are turning orange, and the ground is all, you can see it's all brown. So we're at least a month out of monsoon season, meaning we're not getting any weather, although got some clouds, and it's kind of hard to see right now because they're covering the sun, but see if you can reference a tree and see how fast they're moving. They're actually moving pretty fast. I got my flannel on. I'm at around 7,000 feet here. So it's with a little breeze, a little cloud cover, a little chilly. It's nice. But this is the time of the year that it's not my favorite, right? We're not getting snow yet. We're not getting any rain. So my goodness, the dust on the roads coming up here was unreal. And I got behind some newbie in like a paper plate Jeep Gladiator. I guess he decided he had to drive 5 miles an hour and not pull over to let me pass. So I had to eat his dust for 2 miles. Yeah, brand new to off-roading. It's same kind of like on-road etiquette. Just think a little bit. Somebody's faster than you, just pull over and wait. You want to drive slow? You want to look around? It's all good. So I decided I just want to take a drive. And I'm like, should I get some food? No, I'm not going to get any food. Because a lot of the videos I did through the summer was all kind of almost always cooking and not really doing anything else. I don't even know what I'm going to do today, but I did get myself up into higher elevation. I want to see what the temps were like up here. They're getting down below freezing at night up here now. 25 degrees or so at night. And I want to see what the trees look like. So far, so good. Man, I saw some weird stuff coming through where I was showing you a little bit of windshield, a little bit outside, a little bit to the ground. That area back through there, the fall leaves all over the ground and the trees being orange against the still fairly green pine trees in here. Really, really neat looking. Ooh, that's strong. But I saw some weird stuff. You know, my eyes always catch the slightest bit of movement in the forest. It's just the way I am. I'm always kind of looking around, but I catch things. There's some stumps that are a few, I don't know how many seasons old, but they're like silver, right? They're kind of silver wood now. And through all the colors of the forest, you see that. And when the clouds are going by, so the sun's coming in and out, all of a sudden a cloud goes by and the sun hits this silver thing. You're like, what? There's some silver vehicle back there in the middle of the forest. It is, you're going to where it's like, oh, it was a stump. But back there, I saw there's this old guy in like a fifth wheel trailer and his old Ford truck parked not too far off the road, off the, the rough road back there. And I've seen him there so many times. Like, I seen him there last year. I seen him the last time I think he's living there and no one's moved him. But he has two dogs, and one dog was like on a rope, and he's like, the dogs are barking like crazy. I'm just slowly kind of driving by. I'm on the track, and he's like yanking on the rope, and his other dog ran right out in front of the car. I'm going like 2 miles an hour, so I stop. It's a little like pit bull looking thing, and it kind of came over to the window, and I'm like, hey doggy, and I started going again, and then I lost sight of him, so I stopped, and here this dude comes over like right towards my truck. He doesn't wave, he doesn't say how you doing, nothing. He's like yelling the dog's name, and he comes right over to my truck, comes around the back, and he like looks down the side, and then I think I hear him kind of touch the truck as he's yelling at his dog, and he grabs him and goes back toward the trailer. And I'm like, should I get out and introduce this guy to common courtesy, or just forget about him? I'm like, whatever. I just kept going because his dogs were going nuts just because there was my truck was driving by. But I'm like, what a jackass, if you're going to live out in the forest right next to a track, you should just give, people the old high sign and not go crazy on your dogs. You know what I mean? Yeah, I was like, dude, you don't know who you're messing with, the old hermit. He's like 70 years old. And then a few more turns down the road, not too far away from this guy, which is strange. When you're out in a vast forest, you try not to be near anyone. And I look off kind of through the trees. No, like I'm in a place where there's a track off the main track that comes in and does like a little cul-de-sac around a fire pit right now where people come up, they pull in, they set up camp. There was no tracks. There was nothing. But in the distance, in through the trees, I could see two tents set up, right? And you're not backpacking. You're not backpacking through here. I'm like, what the? So it was like, I don't know, 1,000 meters down the hill from this old coot up the hill are these two tents. One's kind of looks like a green, not really military, it wasn't canvas, but a green tent, and then kind of a regular, REI looking tent. As I'm driving, I'm just looking to see if I see any people. I thought I saw like a cooler there, bigger than you would backpack with. So I keep driving, and then I round another corner, and here are like, I don't know, 8 to 10 elk. Like I'm turning, there's like an S turn. It goes like this, right? And I'm starting on the one side of the S. On the other side of the S over there, there's 10 elk, female elk. You know, they got the big goo 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 right here. Big, man, they're big. Way taller than my truck. And I had my little kind of wide angle camera out, so I don't know if I caught them. But I went to grab my phone, because on my phone I can like tap, tap, tap to zoom way in. It's way faster than grabbing like a long lens camera. And as soon as I went like this and looked back, phew, they were gone, all of them. Like, oh, so much for that. So I got to see elk. This is the same area. About 4 years ago, I was actually on pavement, which kind of splits down the middle of this gigantic area I'm in, just cruising like 10 miles an hour. And I'm not exaggerating, there were 50 elk, giant meadows, right? These meadows, this grass meadow that this road splits through, and they were all just walking through this meadow, 50 of them, and they were all female, every single one of them. 50 female, no bull elk, whatever you call them. It's pretty crazy little track through there. And I got over here and I'm like, I'm gonna stop and make some coffee. It's just weird, like one thing after another. I don't usually see that stuff. Up here's a lot of vehicle camping, car camping, truck camping, van lifing, and apparently Suzuki Samurai life, because there was an old Astro van back there, and his buddy was there in his little tiny Suzuki Samurai, and it had I thought I had a rooftop tent. It had one of those luggage holders on top. Pretty cool. I think a little Suzuki Samurai. Well, it wasn't Suzuki Samurai. Suzuki Sidekick. That's it. We have the Sidekick, the Vitara, the Grand Vitara out here. Yeah, I think it was a Suzuki Sidekick. It wasn't the old Samurai, but it was pretty neat. Weird though, right? One thing after another. Pretty sure I just saw a mountain lion right over there. I don't know if you can see as this hill goes up, there's those rocks with that lichen all over it, the green looking rocks. I saw something and I thought it was a mountain lion, and then all these birds took off flying. Did I tell you guys the mountain lion story? I thought I did. No, it's not my story. It's just a quick one. But there was a mountain lion spotted on a Ring, those Ring doorbell cams, 2 streets over from my house. And I told you guys that one night that my girlfriend went, she goes like to go out at night, look at the moon and stuff, because where we live, there's no light pollution, right? There's no light pollution in Arizona. Look in Arizona, not in Phoenix, but look in Arizona on like a world map, when it's nighttime and you see how dark it is. Yeah, there's and it's not on purpose because we have some telescopes here, up here. Actually, I went by one. I'm thinking about going to that area again and doing some long-range reconnaissance missions for another new area. It takes about 4 hours to get over there though, so 8 hours, 4 to get there, 4 to get back with no driving around. So I think I'll have to bring some sleeping essentials to go over there, and I'll just find a spot to look at my forehead, man. It's all reflecting. Anyway, my mountain lion story real quick was, if I didn't tell you this, if I did, bear with me. It was pretty crazy. It was Neil's, my partner in gaming. He sent me a video, and it was here in the U.S. As a guy, I think a guy had either like a GoPro on his head or on a chesty, something, but it was showing he had his gun extended. You know, like he had a Glock extended out, and he's yelling, "Get back! Get back! Get back!" And he's like on a trail, and it was like coming down a hill, and this mountain lion is chasing him. It was crazy because his paws, his front legs were splayed out. He was like slapping the ground, almost like a breaststroke, you know, with both hands going way out, slapping the ground. And he kept coming. And as he's running down, his back legs are like sliding, and the guy's like doing everything he can, right? Yelling at this mountain lion to go away, stop, get away, stop. But his gun's extended. And the mountain lion went for him, and pop, he shot him. He shot him with a 9, and I think he hit him right in the head. I think the video said he hit him in the head. And then it shows it on the ground, which, I mean, the thing was going to kill him. It would kill him, and he had to kill it. You still don't like to see a beautiful mountain lion, like, on the ground. And I didn't hear him pop him again. He was, like, sitting there, like, convulsing. I'm like, dude, finish him off, you know? But what the story is, you know, I get some people, why do you carry a gun? Well, first, I'm licensed to. Second, I live in Arizona. And third, if you've never really been out in the wild, if you just go to your local park or your little, what do they call those? Like it's a little forested area where like there's a little bit of trees, but you can kind of see through to civilization everywhere. If you've never been out in the wild, there's wild animals out here. There's bears, there's mountain lions, there's obviously elk, there's a ton of deer, there's javelina, you know, the little piggies, javelina, not wolves, coyotes. I saw a big coyote got hit coming out of my neighborhood. Big coyote. I thought it was a wolf it was huge, but coyote, everything. So you do you, I do me. That's it. I'm not like, hey, flashing it around, but if something happens, you know, you got to be prepared. That was really eye-opener for some people, that video, because mountain lions are like the only thing that will actually stalk and hunt humans. Like bears traditionally don't. Bears traditionally they're kind of, I don't know if scared is the right word, you know. They try and avoid people. Black bears, you know, grizzlies, whatever. If you get in between them and their cubs, forget it. You're done. And you guys know, I told you the story of a black bear about 2 miles. There's a big old woodpecker pecking away up there. 2 miles from one of my favorite cooking spots. Grabbed an old dude who was building an off-grid cabin and mauled him to death, killed him. Yeah. So as a black bear, you just never know. So I was listening to a podcast the other day, and the topic was like overlanding and overlanding companies that make parts for it, overland expos and all that stuff. And they had brought up they got on the topic of what is overlanding, how this is so funny because look, to me this thing kind of, I don't know if it reinforced what my thoughts were about it, or it made sure and let me know that I am not an overlander. Apparently, according to them, I am an off-roader, a truck camper, and an adventurer, but I am not an overlander, nor do I do expeditions, which I totally agree with that. But even some of the comments were saying overlanding is only international travel with your vehicle. I'm like, okay. He's like, if you're traveling around in your own country, you're only touring, which is a term from Australia, touring. But I'm like, I don't know about that. International travel? Okay, whatever. But they were saying, you know, like the stuff that I do is definitely just off-roading or adventure. And that's fine. That's all I ever wanted. My problem is they've come up with this word overlanding, and it's like the catch-all. It's the all-encompassing thing, and it's the one thing that grabs the algorithm on YouTube. If I say 4x4ing or off-roading or adventuring, it doesn't seem to have the traction of overland, truck camping, steak, pizza, you know. Hey, I think wait, they're gone. Oh, the Suzuki Sidekick and the van life dude are gone. What? I thought they just got here. Anyway, I thought it was funny that they were saying that overlanding is not what I do. If you go out and you go fishing and you whip out your rooftop tent and your scuttle and you cook and you camp, that's not overlanding. So I'm like, all right, these guys are like professional. This is actually Overland Journal, the magazine of overlanding, right? And so I was like, yeah, I agree. I don't think what I do is overlanding. But I did find it interesting that they kind of hit on the same things that I did. They said a lot of overlanding, they may not off-road at all. I'm like, yeah, I agree. So why do you spend $50,000 on fixing up Toyota, you know, awesome Toyota 4x4s to overland? I don't know. I am a little bit of a loss for words because I was just laughing. A lot of things in my own head. Like I said, I don't really like buzzwords or terms that are supposed to be like all encompassing that everyone uses. I've been camping and off-roading all my life, long before that term ever came about. Way before that term ever came about. So I wish people could just appreciate adventure driving, or I know people do like car camping, truck camping. Those words are pretty good. But, you know, adventure or 4x4, yeah. I think I put overland maybe in my last video. I think I said new overland video. Oh yeah, maybe I should change that because I'm not an overlander, allegedly. So such a weird word.